Hey, good morning. Happy holidays. Hope everybody had a thankful Thanksgiving. Aermacchi. Aermacchi. No, it's Aermacchi. I call them all small bore Harleys. We all know in the 60s, Harley wanted to compete with the Japanese companies. And they either bought or they partnered with the Italian company, Aermacchi. You know, there was the C models, the H models, the 250 Sprints, the 350 Sprints, the two-stroke AMFs, the Rapidos, the Bajas, the X90s, the Z90s, the CRs, the CRTTs, and of course the infamous MX250. I've been collecting for many years. We've got a lot of parts. Some that hadn't even been sorted. It's exhausting. When I first got into motorcycles the fourth or fifth time in my life, I just fell in love with the Aermacchis. Parts are difficult. I mean, there's a number of individuals that you can get them from. eBay if you get lucky. Leslie Bull from Moto Italia. He's been shut down for a little while. That's kind of a mystery of what's going on there. I hadn't talked to him in a while. And then, you know, there's Jan William Boone. You know, he's over there in the Netherlands, but he won't ship to the U.S., so you've got to have a middle guy. We've got one. You know, and then if you know much about the Aermacchi parts, you know, there's Dash P, which was the normal production parts, and then there's Dash M, which were the race parts. The Dash M parts are like hen's teeth. So when you've got them, you better hang on to them, especially if you can use them. And then, you know, there's Alfredo over in Italy. I mean, he does, I think it's Aermacchi Moto now. His son's really involved in it as well, and I've talked to them a few times, but you know, Aermacchi's still going on over there. I think the last time I talked to them was a couple of years back when they were doing a big event. But parts are difficult, so you've got to think outside the box, figure out another way to skin the cat, and we've done a good job of it here. We've all had issues. Rings for the two-strokes, electric starters, replacement pistons, 67H, notorious. Bore size. Some of them, it's a damn dot of paint on top of the jug. Electronic ignition, what works, what don't work, what might work. Points, condensers, coils. It's all over the place. Even the most simple replacement parts. Without trial and error, you just don't know, or you're trusting the guy on a Facebook forum. Hell, rims and spokes, man, do you want to go in the hole on a set of wheels? It's just amazing what you will put in two wheels to try and make these babies look brand new. Replacement carburetors, I love the original Delortos, love them. Remote fuel bolts, beautiful. But shit, man, after you put all that work in them, you want them reliable. You know, the shop, Vintage Moto, we do have an advantage. We got a team of 5 mechanics that can make it happen. In no way do I consider myself an expert on small bore Harleys. But I've had one of almost every model, or multiples, except for the Chimera. That was kind of a scooter-looking thing that Aermacchi did before Harley was ever involved. You know, we've still got more than 10 in the collection. I'm really not sure how many are in it right now. But again, we are not perfect. I'm just saying we've had a number of sacrificial lambs that we have slaughtered. And we've learned some valuable lessons from. We've learned from our mistakes, and we can weed through these problems. And we're committed to vintage. And I just love the Aermacchis. I love the small bore Harleys. And so we're here to help. Now, I've either talked with, met with, bought from, or worked with a lot of very knowledgeable folks dealing with the Aermacchis, the small bore Harleys. Probably say the most knowledgeable one out there would be Al Hollingsworth. Been to his shop in Florida, and but if you know Al, you know that he's not going to work on much of yours unless it's a family thing. So they've got a great deal going on. He's a great guy, but it's a family thing for them. And Ron Lancaster, last time I talked with him was, I can't remember, I was up there for the Springfield Mile, flat track races or something like that. And so he's out of the game right now, and I think they pretty much shut down. Then you got John Vaser, he's in Winston-Salem. John's still chugging along. Old Leslie Bull with Moto Italia. That's the $1 million question. What happened to all the inventory? But I hadn't talked with Leslie in a long time either. And as far as I know, all that inventory that he had down in California that got shipped to Pennsylvania or somewhere up north has never seen the light of day again. And that wasn't a whole lot of new old stock. That was just a whole lot of replacement parts, things that would work, but there was a whole lot of information there that got lost, and it was a big hit for the small bore Harley world. There's another guy, Colonel Mustard. I've talked with him for a little while. He's big on Facebook. Another one big on Facebook is Aermacchi Rich. There's a guy named Dan Goldman I've talked with a few times and bought a couple of things with. He's very knowledgeable as well. Jerry Barber in Georgia. Probably hadn't talked with him for 3 or 4 years, but the story with Jerry is that I think he's still got 8 million square feet of new old stock and 8,000 Aermacchis, but if he can't sell it all, he ain't gonna sell one part. And then there's another guy that I've talked with a few times with the X90s, Air Mods. He does a real good job on restorations. And then of course you've got some famous people, or what I call famous. Team Obsolete with Dave Roper. I've touched base with them a few times on the CRTT restoration that we're doing, and they're very knowledgeable, but they've got their own things going on. And so there's a bunch of people out there. Unfortunately, there's not a manual, and there are some manuals, but they're only going to point you in the right direction. And without trial and error, without some sacrificial lambs, like I said, and a few things getting slaughtered, you're going to kill yourself trying to figure these things out. But I love them, and if the shop can help you, I'm excited that we can. The point of the video, the small bore Harleys hold a special place in my heart. Vintage Moto has solved a lot of the issues for these old girls, and we can help. Whether it be electric starter upgrade, replacing the Delorto with a Mikuni, CDI for the 2-strokes, new rims and spokes, complete motor rebuilds, performance modifications, complete restorations, give us a call.